What's going on YouTube? Kyle Quad 4 here, bringing you guys episode number 4 of our Pokemon Phoenix Gym Quest. Today we take on Danny, the Ghost-type gym leader, and if we win, we get a Battle Ready Golurk. If you guys haven't checked out my previous gym battles on my channel, please go check those out. Also, if you haven't checked out the Pokemon Phoenix Facebook page, their link will be in the description below. Check them out, become part of the community. They're a great group to be a part of. But let's get into the battle for today. So Danny has a list of rules, and those rules are: it is a singles 6 versus 6 battle, no Ubers, there's a sleep clause, so I can only bring one Pokemon that has the move Sleep Powder or Spore, and he can only have one Pokemon asleep at a time. Same for me. No repeating items, and then no more than 2 type advantages. So if you guys don't know, ghost types are weak to ghost themselves, and then dark. So I cannot bring more than 2 of those kind of types. So I can only bring either 2 ghost, 2 dark, or 1 of each. Now I'm probably not going to bring a ghost type Pokemon just because they are weak to themselves, and I feel like I'd be at a disadvantage. But I might bring one dark type. We'll see. Back to the no repeating items. So I can only bring one Pokemon, one item, right? So like leftovers. I can bring one Pokemon that has leftovers, one Pokemon that has a choice scarf, one Pokemon that has a citrus berry. So I can't repeat my items, but that is it. And like I said before, we get a Battle Ready Golurk if we win. But with all that being said, let's get into our team analysis. Alright guys, so this is the team we're bringing this week. First we're going to start with our Donphan here. Donphan is bringing the Rocky Helmet with the ability Sturdy. I feel like we really need to get some rocks up. Now if he brings a Mega Sableye, that will definitely stop us in our tracks from putting any kind of hazards on the field. And if that does happen, let's say I do click Stealth Rock, and then the Mega Sableye comes in or Mega Evolves first, I do have the Rapid Spin to get rid of them and any hazards that he wants to bring. Also, we have Earthquake and Knockoff. It is a bulky, defensive Donphan as usual when I bring him. So basically, he's really just there to knock items off, get some Stealth Rocks up, and help us whittle the opponent's team down. Next, we're going to go to Lantern. Lantern does have the Citrus Berry with the Volt Absorb ability, with the moves Scald, Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, and Heal Bell. So it is our healer from statuses with 40 EVs and HP, 228 in defense, 200 and special defense, 40 in speed with the bold ability, or nature, I'm sorry. The EV spread does look a little weird, but it does maximize our defenses. Instead of just throwing everything in HP, it already has really good base HP. And this spread seems to do very well. The 40 EVs in speed help us outspeed the slower Pokemon that don't have any investment in their speed. But yeah, paralyzed Pokemon, Volt Switch out when it needs to. Hopefully get some Scalds, Scald Burns, and then like I said, to heal our party of any kind of status conditions. So that's our Lantern. I'm going to skip over Garchomp. I'm going to go to Keldeo next with the choice specs with Surf, Secret Sword, Icy Wind, and Hidden Power Dark. Now, I'm probably not going to use Hidden Power Dark because Surf and Secret Sword do a ton more damage. I'm sorry, not Secret Sword, but Surf does a ton more damage. Because after doing Calcs, instead of doing Scald, I like to use Surf instead, because with the specs, it knocks out more Pokemon than Scald would, and I'd rather knock out Pokemon than get a burn. So basically, Surf is the move here with Keldeo. Icy Wind to slow down Pokemon, any fast Ghost types, and then Hidden Power Dark when I need to. I don't think I'll be using it that often, but that's our Keldeo with 252 in special attack, 4 in special defense, and then 252 with the timid nature and speed. Moving on to our Mega Scissor. Bullet Punch, Knockoff, Roost, Swords Dance with 248 in HP, 200 in attack, 60 in defense with a impish nature. Scissors here to knock things off, Swords Dance up, and then hopefully sweep from there. And then we have our beautiful Sylveon here with Leftovers, the Pixelate ability with Calm Mind, Wish, Protect, and Hyper Voice. Calm Mind to bulk up the special attack and special defense, and then start hyper voicing away. Also, we can pass on the Wish to other team members and to ourselves. And so that is our Sylveon. And then my favorite Pokemon of the team that we're bringing is our Garchomp that is Choice Scarfed with the Rough Skin ability with Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, and the tech move Shadow Claw. I don't know if you'll see this coming or not. Hopefully not. Very, very excited for that move. With 252 with the Adamant Nature and attack, 4 in special defense, 252 in speed with the Choice Scarf. I realized that I'm going to outspeed pretty much any Ghost-type Pokemon that is not Choice Scarfed itself with doing an Adamant Nature, and I'd rather have the extra attack than have the extra useless speed. All right, guys, so here's the battle. I figured we would lead with Donphan, try to get some rocks up before that Mega Sableye would come in. But unfortunately, that is not going to be the case. So Sableye comes out. I knew the Mega Sableye was coming out. Now, I could have switched here, but I decided let's go for an Earthquake and see how much damage that would do. And I totally forgot that Sableye's speed wasn't going to be reduced until after this turn. And so the Will-O-Wisp comes, it connects. So that's unfortunate for us. Misplay by myself. So we're burned. We're kind of useless right now. This Donphan can't really do much for me. So, the Earthquake does about, maybe 10%. And so I decided, let's get out of here. Let's go into Sylveon because Sableye's weakness is Fairy. It's his only weakness. So I go into Sylveon. Now, I knew that he would probably switch out here. He does go for the knockoff. My leftovers are gone now, so that kind of sucks. And right now, I totally should have doubled out into something else because I knew that he was going to switch out. So he goes into the Doublade, but I do not switch out. I do go for Calm Mind. That is another misplay on my part. I should have either gone for Hyper Voice or doubled out into someone else, but I didn't. So, the initiative is kind of in his favor right now. So, but we just have to live with it. So I switch out into Keldeo. I'm ready to take any kind of attack he's going to do, but he goes for the Swords Dance, which is kind of scary. But we are just going to go for a Surf here with our choice specs. Now, I think this crit mattered right here, but we are going to knock out the Doublade and with a one shot. And I'm pretty sure the critical hit definitely helped us. Now, I knew the Jellicent was going to come in with the Water Absorb, I think is what it has. And so I switch out into Lantern, thinking that a water move or something was coming, but he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. That's okay because our Lantern has the Heal Bell, the move Heal Bell, so I'm not worried about that. It also lets us put, restore Donphan's health to where his burn will go away. Now the Mega Sableye comes in here. We definitely just go for a Thunder Wave. It gets Magic Bounced into us, which is pretty funny. I did not mean to do that. That triggers our Volt Absorb. That puts us back at full HP. So that's kind of funny. Definitely not intentional. Right here, I do go for the Scald, hoping to get a burn. And we do get a burn, which is amazing. That it does come into play later in the game. He goes for another knockoff, so there's two of my Pokemon that do not have their item, which really sucks. But right here, I know I need to get a Heal Bell off eventually, restore all my health on my Pokemon. So there's the Heal Bell. A bell is going to chime. Ching, ching, ching. And so now our team is healed. That is awesome. So the Sableye goes for Recover. So we've seen Knockoff, Recover, and Will-O-Wisp. And so I don't think he is, a setup Sableye. I'm just going to Volt Switch out here. No need to stay in. I don't win this battle. We go back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just going to go into Sylveon this time. And I've learned my lesson. I'm just going to go for a Hyper Voice, no matter what. So he does have the Toxic, so that is his move set. So he's definitely not a setup Mega Sableye with the Calm Mind, which is awesome. So I am poisoned, which I'm not really worried about at this point. I am just going to go for a Hyper Voice. Something's going to get hit. He does go into the Gengar. So this is a big problem for my team. It is fast. It hits hard. But this Hyper Voice is going to do about 30%, which is pretty good. I knew I couldn't live a Sludge Bomb from this range because of that poison. So I'm going to switch out. I feel like the poison move is coming, so I'm going to go out into my Scissor. And I definitely predicted that correctly. And so I'm going to Mega Evolve, and someone is going to take a knockoff. So far in this battle, it's kind of just back and forth. Not very many Pokemon are fainting or going down, And it's kind of like a standstill. And right now I know that this thing is trying to burn me with a Will-O-Wisp or a Scald, and I do not want to stay in for that. And so I'm going to switch out and go back into my Lantern, thinking he was going to go for a Scald, but he goes for Will-O-Wisp again. He is connected on 3 Will-O-Wisps, which is pretty good for him. Sucks for us, but again, we are burned. Really unfortunate. We're just going to Volt Switch. We're trying to do as much damage to this Jellicent because this Jellicent is a problem for my team. It is so fat. I cannot knock it out with one hit. I go back into Scissor thinking that this thing's probably going to recover. And it does. So Jellicent goes for recover. Still going back and forth here. This thing is becoming a pain. I'm going to switch out once again thinking that a Will-O-Wisp is coming. Back into the Lantern, who's already burned. And there's the Will-O-Wisp. I'm already burned. So it isn't going to miss. I'm already burned. We lose some more health because of the burn. We're going to go for Heal Bell. I don't know if that it was necessary for me to go for Heal Bell right here, because Lantern's the only one who's burned. But he's going to go for Recover. And so this thing is just back to full HP. And it's just a monster. So I'm going to go for Thunder Wave here, hoping that, we can get some, some paralyzed turns here. But he goes for Will-O-Wisp again, so that's 4 times he's connected with Will-O-Wisp. But, we're just still going back and forth. There's not much I can do. I'm going to go for Volt Switch here again. Do as much damage as I can. It does about 30%, which is pretty good. And we are going to go out into our Scissor. Now right here I made a decision that I don't care if it gets burned. I do have the Swords Dances that I can do. I am faster. And I just need to take the burn, Swords Dance, 3 times, and then hopefully kill this thing. Like, I was willing to trade this Scissor for this Jellicent because my team can't get around it. So there's the 5th Will-O-Wisp. He has the paralyzed, his paralyzed has not triggered yet. That's really unfortunate. And he's going to live with like 5 HP or 5% health. He goes for Recover. And so I'm waiting for my taunt to wear off so I can just start Swords Dancing. And then get a Roost off as well. So the taunt wears off. I am going to go for the Swords Dance. Now, right here, you guys are going to see that he is not going to taunt me until way later. And I feel like because I'm burned, he should taunt me as much as he can. Because without my Swords Dances and without my Roost, I can't touch him, right? So there's a second Swords Dance for me. I'm trying to go for 3 of them. Now right here, I really think he should have gone for Taunt again. But he goes for Scald. He's trying to get as much damage off as possible. And so I'm down to 45 HP. I'm going to go for Roost here. Now if he would have went for Taunt there, I'm in trouble, right? I'm in deep trouble. But I go for Roost, get my health back. I'm up 2 Swords Dances. He goes for Scald again. And this is going to show you that is a critical hit. He would have knocked out the Scissor, and I probably would have lost this battle. But I'm going to go for Roost here. Still trying to build up my attack. Trying to get that third Swords Dance off. Now there's the Paralyze. We finally get that to trigger for us. Thankful for that for sure. We go for Knockoff. And we see it's going to do a little over half. So I feel pretty good about that. Now he goes for the taunt. So like I said, he definitely should have gone for that way earlier when this little battle started between him and Scissor. I go for knockoff again, and it should knock him out. And so down goes the Jellicent. We do get that out of our way. And at this point, I feel like the Scissor is kind of, I don't want to say useless, but it's not worth, it's burned. It's not worth switching out and then having to do, the Swords Dances up again. I just go for Bullet Punch, and it does about 35 to 40% on the Chandelure. And so I was definitely okay with this thing going down. It put in a ton of work to help us get rid of that Jellicent. And so Scissor's going to go down. I don't mind. I'm pretty sure this Chandelure is Scarfed. And so he goes down. We're just going to go right into Keldeo. And we're just going to start clicking Surf. It's going to hit anything on his team very, very hard now that the Jellicent's gone. And so Sableye comes in. Now remember, the Sableye is burned. And I told you it was going to come into play later in the match. And so we go for Surf. He is going to live with like 3% health. And then the burn will take him out. So very thankful for that burn. Thank you, Lantern. So the Mega Sableye goes down. I'm feeling pretty good so far. I know the Chandelure is Scarfed. He goes for Energy Ball. I really feel like I could survive a hit. I do with like 22 HP. I go for Surf. We take out the Chandelure. So now the battle is really speeding up here, where our Pokemon are dropping left and right. His goes down, mine goes down, his goes down, mine goes down. So the speed is definitely starting to pick up. Now right here, there's no point in me staying in with this Keldeo. I need to switch him out. The Gengar comes in. I kind of just need to sack something off, and so I do that with our Lantern. Lantern put in a ton of work, healing our team, paralyzing the Jellicent. It is fat. So thankful to have that on my team this match. So I go into Donphan here, thinking I can survive a hit and go for a knockoff. And that definitely scares him. So he switches out, and he's going to go out into his Golurk. And I'm just going to go for a knockoff. And so he does have the berry that reduces the Dark-type move. So that's kind of unfortunate for us. He definitely absorbs that pretty well. He goes for Ice Punch here. And that happens. So I'm frozen. I'm not feeling good about this. I can't do anything. There's no point in me switching out because there's no way to heal him back to healthy status. So he's going to get his Stealth Rocks off, thinking that might take the Keldeo out when I switch back in. And so I decide just to stay in. We're just going to keep clicking knockoff. There's no point in me staying in. So for some reason he thought I could take this. The Earthquake would take me out, but it doesn't. I do go for knockoff and puts him about 20 to 25%. He goes for Earthquake once again, and the Donphan is going to go down. So thankfully, I thawed out a couple turns later and was able to connect that knockoff. So Keldeo comes in. I am going to live with 12 HP, which is awesome. I do go for Surf, and we're going to take this Golurk out because it is part ground. So Golurk goes down. I'm feeling pretty good here. It is kind of getting neck and neck. So here's the Gengar. I think it's his last Pokemon. He's going to go for Dazzling Gleam, and that definitely is going to take out our Keldeo. And so I thought here I could totally take a Sludge Bomb. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have gone out into Garchomp right away. But I think because of those Stealth Rocks, that kind of played a factor. So I am going to go down to a Sludge Bomb. So now it becomes a 1 versus 1. Garchomp versus Gengar. Now, if you guys watch the team analysis part of this video, you know I have Shadow Claw, and you know this Choice Scarf is going to outspeed this Gengar. And I connect with the Shadow Claw, and we are going to take out this Gengar. And with that, we will come away with a 1-0 victory against Danny. Very, very happy. Very, very close match once it got going. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We do have our Battle Ready Golurk. That is coming on the screen right now. And there it is. Pretty awesome. Again, very close battle. I was worried towards the end there that I wasn't going to be able to win. And then I remembered that I had Shadow Claw on my Garchomp, and he definitely saved the day. So give this video a like, a thumbs up, If you haven't subscribed, please do that. More videos are coming. And until next time, guys, I will see you guys later.